It's co-written and co-directed with Helen Simmons, and we both had children during coronavirus, and it's the experience of being parents to not necessarily neurotypical children. Her son plays Ben in the film, who's autistic, and we wanted to sort of experience the isolation of that. We both did, and if I'm totally honest, my childhood bully was a redhead, and redheads don't come out very well in the movie. So there's a little bit of revenge there. And yeah, both of us, in fact, Helen has recently got a neurodiverse diagnosis, and so have I, which we've both only come to within motherhood. And I think we've had similar experiences, not as extreme as Ben does in the movie, but yeah, that's sort of another reason why we wanted to go over the film in the way that we did. Explore the horror of the teenage girl experience, I think, feels really, really present within the movie. Yeah, I mean, I come from a theatre background. I think that's something that appeals to us about doing things which is sort of within the horror genre, is that they're innately very theatrical. I think my theatre background, I enjoy working really collaboratively, and that's something that we really brought to the set. I'm still working in theatre, I'm still working in film. I like sort of having my feet in both camps. Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at the way the Babadook sort of shows the experience of being a mother, being a single parent, I think it's horror's a really good way of sort of sneaking in social issues. You get people in to experience. You get people to come and watch a horror film expecting something, and then while they're there, you can sort of drip feed your inner manifestos or things that you want to challenge. I think that's the same across all of film, and playing with genre gets you audiences that you wouldn't necessarily get just if you just did it like a kitchen sink gritty drama. If you said this is a really, really harrowing story, people don't want to watch it. You need to entertain people, and that's sort of the point of film. And combining the two is what makes me and my co-director really excited. Yeah, we've been going to quite a few sort of BAFTA and BAFTA qualifying festivals. This is our first international. This is our international debut. It's the best feeling because you get so used to watching it, you start to think that nobody's going to like it at all. But we get a few audible gasps, which is the loveliest feeling as a director, sort of sitting at the back of an auditorium and seeing people go, ah! But our favourite reaction is that people have been saying good for her. And I think that's another genre of horror that we particularly like. Yeah, my co-director Helen, who unfortunately couldn't be here, is the even bigger horror fan of the two of us. So she was the one who definitely knew that we wanted to come. She's devastated she's not here. But I think the role of festivals is sort of championing filmmakers, but also fostering networking between filmmakers. It can feel really isolating when you're just sort of writing furiously at your desk and you don't get to meet other people. And this is a great chance to sort of see other films and see films that you wouldn't necessarily get to see. It makes me laugh. I'm from Liverpool, and there's some northern humour in this film, and it's in Barcelona, and that's pretty cool and weird. Yeah, I think what's brilliant about streaming is it's making film accessible to people who wouldn't necessarily be able to come to see these sort of more niche films, but at the same time, I'm from a theatre background. I think it's the magic of cinema and the magic of theatre is that it's a collective experience. And yeah, I think it's massively important to sort of have both at the same time. I really like being able to sit in an auditorium and hear the first laugh of a movie that's meant to be funny, and once one person laughs, everybody else laughs, and you sort of know what the tone is. And I feel like you can miss out on that if you're just sat watching a screen by yourself, but at the same time making film and theatre accessible to more people is equally important. Well, mention the Babadook, so Jennifer Kent I think is great, and then Ari Aster, Midsummer, who doesn't like, that's another archetypal good for her movie. I think they'd probably be my two. No, I think it's silly, and I suppose we don't talk about elevated drama, but in the UK, I write for Soap, which can have the same sort of sneering attitude towards it. I think people like what they're going to like, and films should... Everybody's entitled to go for it. I don't think we need to sort of categorize everything as much. I think my favorite things are genre mixing, and anyone who has a disdain for any medium, I think, is just fundamentally not a very happy person. We have a feature version of this in our heads that we'd like to do at some point. We're currently working on a few TV projects in the UK, but we're hoping to film our next 2 shorts next year. This is our debut, so we wanted to see how it goes, and it feels like we have something to say and people are liking it, so I think we're going to crack on and do a few more. Oh, well, thank you for having me. Lovely. Thanks, guys.